Alright, so we're starting off our day here in Target. We're going to go up to the mills in just a little bit here, but I wanted to stop in here because of one specific thing. Question is, where is it at? And I think it's going to be somewhere towards the electronics by the toys maybe, but we'll see. We'll take a look. Yeah, I don't usually go up to Target as much anymore since they got rid of all the movies and all that, but... Ooh, I think I see it over there. What I'm looking for. There it is, the Space Jam 30th anniversary display. So we got all this stuff here. We got a basketball, wall decals. Oh, that's the stuff for the for March Madness because they're doing a promotion for that. That's been pretty picked through, but here's one of the things I was looking at. The Secret Stuff bottle. I think that's 20 bucks. Basketball keychain. And you got this popcorn thing, which I don't think it's Space Jam related, but I think it's just... Let me open it up. Oh, there you go. That's neat. Well, it looks like they don't have everything I was looking for, but at least there's something. Yeah, so they do have a couple more of those Michael Secret Stuff models. They don't have any more of the keychains, though. So there you go. That's the stuff for the Space Jam 30th anniversary. Oh, there's some more down here. Oh! There is more. So you got Lola right there. You got Toon Squad, March Madness. It's a March Madness collaboration, which means there's probably going to be a lot of stuff when the tournament actually happens. All the different Space Jam shirts. That's pretty neat. The Space Jam pants, sweatpants. Dude, not 40 bucks good. That's 70 bucks. So yeah, they do have a lot of Space Jam stuff, including the keychain plushes. You got Bugs, Tweety, Lola, Taz, the Monstars, the Nerdlux. They have these. I didn't even know they had these Squishmallows. Yeah, this is exactly what I was worried about. I want to get a ton of this stuff, but I got the stuff I was at least looking to get. I'm curious of what the Squishmallows are, but you got trading cards, hats, lots of Space Jam stuff. Let's see how much the Squishmallow is, because like I said, I didn't see this in the stuff they were showing online, but let's see. Well, that's 10 bucks too. That's not bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make some choices here of what I'm gonna get, but I'm probably gonna spend about 50 bucks on this stuff. Check this out. I did find a Blu-ray here. The Last Unicorn. I wonder if this is one that's like a discount for discounted stuff. Yeah, it's an online order, but $8.55 is not that bad for a movie that's actually kind of good. I remember watching this a long time ago and actually really enjoying it. And Shout Factory too. Oh, you get both Blu-ray and DVD. I don't know, this might be tempting too. I mean, I have a lot of purchases already as it is, but I don't know. I might think about this one, I might not. This basketball is pretty cool though, but again, the price, 30 bucks, is a little steep for me. It's nice looking, don't get me wrong. I actually have my Space Jam basketball from when the original came out, and then the second one when they finished the production on that. And of course you get, and then like I said, this one's for like March Madness and all that. That's pretty neat. And again, that's 25 bucks. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is pretty neat. It's just the pricing that's a little bit of an issue for me. Like, I would definitely buy these, but not for 40 bucks. Like, maybe if they come down in price once the March Madness is over, then yeah, maybe. Wish they had that in my size, but again, the price. I don't know if I paid 70 bucks for that, but it is nice though. Yeah, that's gonna get dated in about 2 weeks' time when free agency begins. Let's see. Interesting thing I'm noting about these Space Jam things is that Michael Jordan's only on the Upper Deck cards. He's not on any of the other branding for this, which is very interesting. Those are 20 bucks, by the way. Next stop for the day, Walmart. Come on, tell me what it is. There's the Walmart logo. Right there. Get everything set up for the draft in Pittsburgh. Man, Walmart is jumping today, so let's cut to the close. I know the movie section in here isn't the biggest. It isn't like the one in Greensburg, but even though this place looks a lot like the Greensburg store, but I don't know. Maybe we'll find something in here. Maybe they got the new releases out early. You know, I've seen that the last couple of weeks. Or they could be setting up for next week. Hopefully we will find something, though. There it is, right down there. Yeah, kind of like I figured, they're setting up for this week's sales. Zootopia, Running Man, Star Trek. What's Star Trek coming out this week? Cobra Kai. Stuff from the last couple of weeks, Five Nights at Freddy's, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Regretting You. Just the stuff we've kind of touched on before. Anything on the side here? Nope, just stuff we've seen before. And again, it looks like they're getting ready to put the stuff out here because you see all the tags that are up here. Reservoir Dogs, Inglourious Bastards, King Kong 2005, Van Helsing, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, 9, 13 Ghosts, American Psycho, The Departed and the Good Shepherd, I think. Maybe. Band of Brothers, Signs, Dark Knight, Fast and Furious, 300, just like a hodgepodge, really. Meet the Parents, Tenacious D, Land of the Lost, Little Nicky, Hangover. Oh, they do have the slipcovers in here. The new ones I saw, Sinners, Minecraft, Harry Potter, Wild Robot. What else? How to Train Your Dragon, the live action one. Fantastic Beast, Rush Hour, Final Destination, Legend, Last Samurai, Shawshank Redemption, Police Academy, Ren and Stimpy, Batteries Not Included, Braveheart, Gladiator, Hercules, Conan, Blade, 7, Birds the Cowardly Dog, Super Mario Brothers. So yeah, they definitely have a couple I'm definitely going to get. So which one will they be? You're going to have to tune in later on to find out. Over here we got some toys here. We got South Park Kenny. You bastard, you killed him. One Piece. Oh, Cartman Santa. Beetlejuice, Maggie, Itchy. A lot of the same stuff we've kind of seen before. Oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know they had a Better Man soundtrack available. This is actually one of my favorite movies from last year, even though it technically came out in 2024. I saw it in 2014. Really good movie if you haven't seen it. Definitely check that one out. $15. I'll say this is my first time seeing the other Care Bear Wicked plush. Love a Lot Bear's Glinda. And of course you got Elphaba. Here's those goat figures again. Again, you can get all that for $13. You ever see the Shrek outtakes where they show Donkey as like all fluffed up and all that because the computer couldn't render him correctly? That's what these things look like. They look like a rabbit version of that Donkey from those Shrek outtakes.
Kick him to the curb. Don't mess with me. I'm the stair master. I've mastered the stairs. I wish I had a step right here, and now I'd step all over it.
No, that's fine.
Walmart number 2. So this is my Walmart that's closest to me, and like I said, I'm not really expecting a whole lot here, but you never know, you could be surprised. Who knows, they might actually have some of those slips that I saw at the other Walmart here, but you know, we'll look and see. It's a new month, so you never know, they could be changing it out. Should be able to get a look at it around the corner here. We got something over here. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. Okay, it isn't what I thought it is. They aren't even changing out the new releases. Yeah, there's still a lot of the same stuff they had before. Five Nights at Freddy's, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I do have the Predator Badlands Blu-ray. That was not at the other Walmart I went to. Which, I don't know, I'm tempted to pick this up. I like that slipcover. But like I said, it looks like a lot of the same stuff they had before. And I think around the corner, it's the same stuff they've had. Yep, the slips are still here. So yeah, nothing really new over here. These should be getting switched out pretty soon, I would think. Yeah, they didn't change anything out over here. A lot of this is the same stuff they've had before. I'm not seeing anything new over here, so yeah. Well, this kind of sucks, but at the same time, though, not really much of a big deal. I've spent enough today. May spend a little bit more on this, but even that's not a gimme, but... Ooh, I was actually looking for this today. They didn't have it at the other Walmart. This is the new Bruno Mars album that just came out. I actually heard a lot of the songs on here. They're really good. So we got the CD here, and also there's the vinyl. So, okay, this trip was worth it because I was actually looking for the CD. Yes, I am still that one person that still gets CDs. Don't judge me. And the good news is that they filled up the $5 bin. Last time I was here, this was completely picked over, but it looks like it's a lot of the stuff that I kind of already own, so I don't think I'm really going to find too much in here. You can still see a little bit of empty space here, but it definitely looks a lot better than the last time I was here. I will say this, one of those new slipcovers I saw over there was of Beetlejuice. The 2-film collection, that one of the new slipcovers I saw over at the other Walmart. I don't know. I was tempted to possibly get that one. I don't think I am, though. Check back over here by the corner, because there's a little section of other Funko's clearance stuff, so maybe there's going to be something over here. Probably not, but we'll check. I do have some new stuff here, however, it does not look like anything worth... Well, here's the Powerpuff Girls one. I saw the... No, this isn't the same one. This is Jaxware. That's $5, though. I was going to say, this is the one I saw at Target, but no, that one's by Phony. This one's by Jazzware. This is one of those Warner Brother ones, so I'm curious to see if the rest of them are $5. I'm trying to look for another one from another thing I bought from another Walmart, but we'll see. You can see the Wicked stuff's on clearance, and over here you got the stuff for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Mario plush, Luigi, Princess Peach. I wonder if there's Yoshi somewhere. He actually doesn't look that bad. He actually looks a lot better than the one they did for the Super Mario Brothers movie. Let's see if I can find the Yoshis. Well, I did find a Yoshi figure and also Rosalina, Bowser Jr. But yeah, they didn't have any plushes over there. I'm really looking forward to that movie. I can't wait to see when it comes out next month. 1 month from today, actually. Yoshi stuff. I found a Corpse Bride plush at the other Walmart down here, so I'm going to assume there's a thing right here if they're going to have them. If not, I'll check over by the toy section. Yeah, you got all this clearance stuff here, and then just a random tire right here. D-Stone. D-Stone these nuts. Got him. Duck eating a Subway cookie. That's $8. And then Paris Hilton stuff. What is this? Functional drink mix, Vitapods for $1. I haven't been able to find a display for the Goat movie stuff, like the ones at the other Walmarts I went to. So I don't know if they're actually going to have them here, or maybe they're in the same place they would have the Warner Brothers stuff at. Oh, this is interesting here because we were just at the Ross's out in the Mills. These are $3 there, and guess how much they are here? $10.97. But they didn't have Jessie though. So there you go. There you go. Just move it like that. And of course, Buzz to infinity and beyond. Yeah, we were just at the other Walmart. That was $7 on discount. Then a lot of these were like $5. These Superman toys. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's just different Walmarts. Yeah, this is where all the Warner Brothers stuff was at. There's Emily from Corpse Bride. We still got a Bugs Bunny over here. I'm trying to see if I can find any other stuff over here. See, I was trying to find the other Victor from Corpse Bride because I got this one for $5 over at the other Walmart, but it does not look like they have that particular plush here. They do have them in these like, what do you call these? Atamas, but they don't have any tags on them. So, I mean, I could probably just grab a Corpse Bride one and just scan that, but they don't have the other one I'm looking for, so. Alright, executive decision time. I basically decided I don't really need to double dip on Predator Badlands. I already got the Steelbook. I'm happy with that. So I am going to put that one back. Plus it's 25 bucks, so I am going to get the Bruno Mars CD. And I'm going to get something else that I saw over in that little section there of the $5 toys. Alrighty, guys, we're back home after what was a very, very long day. And, you know, I've been up since 8 a.m. this morning, getting ready to head out to the mills. And then I didn't know we were going to the second Walmart that I went to just a few moments ago. But, like I said, we didn't go away completely empty-handed. We did have to put something back because apparently one of the things that I had was the wrong price. That Bugs Bunny plush I was going to get to sell. Yeah. All the other Warner Brothers plushes were $5, but yet that one and also the Adventure Time Jake one was regular price. But that makes no sense because it was literally, as you saw it, right underneath a thing that said $5 was $12.97. So I don't know. So we had to put those back, but we did get some other ones to sell at the Comic-Con later on. But before we get to the stuff I got from Walmart, from both Walmarts, let me show you the stuff I got from Target. And you pretty much saw everything that I got. Well, not this, because this wasn't from Walmart. This wasn't from Target. This was from Gecko, who better puts. I don't know why that was in there, but my charger's also in here too. So, but yeah, I did get the Bugs Bunny keychain. I got the one that does not have the teeth like hiked up like that, because they were all like that except for this one right here. But yeah, I grabbed that one. These, of course, are for the Space Jam 30th anniversary set. That was one of the ones. Everything I got here was pretty much what I was setting out to get. I got that one. I also grabbed the basketball keychain with the Space Jam logo on it. And then this last one here, you know, there was one thing I didn't forget, and that was my secret stuff. And I could squeeze this like Bugs does in the movie, but this is complete metal. Listen. Yeah, so that's going to be very hard to do, but yeah, this is the Zach Space Jam secret stuff bottle. And this was the most expensive one that I grabbed. 20 bucks for that. And yeah, I was thinking about whether or not I should get this. I figured, why not? I mean, it's cool to have something like this. Plus, yeah, Space Jam is just a nostalgic piece of my childhood. So, will I go back and get more Space Jam stuff down the road? Maybe. Maybe if it comes down in price once March Madness ends. Because I feel like March Madness are going to do a lot for this. Maybe we'll get some announcements about, you know, what they're planning for the 30th anniversary. Probably some re-releases of this movie and also 4K possibly. You never know. You never know in general, especially with what's going on with Warner Brothers now. But cool to have this stuff out there. Cool I got to see everything they had. I mean, I really thought it was just that one little display, but I turned the corner into where the movies were at, and it's just like, oh, there's the rest of it right there. So there you go. That's all the stuff I picked up from Target. Now let's go ahead and take a look at my Walmart pickups. And like I said, we did not go into Walmart empty-handed in both places today because the stuff that I thought was not there at the one in the mills, well, they were there indeed. So I did grab a couple of them. Which ones did I grab, you might be asking yourself? Well, I did grab Sinners. Of course, I got to get that. One of my favorite movie from last year. This wasn't no juke joint, no club. This here is a slaughterhouse stack. Of course, Michael B. Jordan's character, and, you know, it's part of the Iconic Moments collection from Warner Brothers. So, yeah, I had to get this one. My favorite movie of the year, of last year. It was 15 bucks overall, and yeah, like I said, it was there for the first time. I got to see those there, so I grabbed that one. Did I really need it? No. It was basically, all these are basically double dipping here, except it was one of these. I'm mostly getting it for the slipcover, and I have another copy of this already, but I'm going to sell off that one, the one in here just a little bit. I'll show you that in just a second, but the other one I grabbed was the Wild Robot, which is not part of any Iconic Moments collection, even though it has that same cover as the other ones I have here. You can call me Roz. That's Lupita Nyong'o's character. And it's funny because, you know, Sinners was my favorite movie of 2025. Wild Robot was my favorite movie of 2024. So it fits. And, you know, there's a steelbook for this coming out this week, too. I just remembered. So I'm going to be triple dipping pretty soon because I'm going to get that steelbook one way or another. But, yeah, this is pretty much just the regular DVD version of this. But doesn't take away from the great movie that this is. And then the last one I picked up, was Ren and Stimpy, the complete series. And as you can see, it is dinged up. I was going to see if I can get another copy of it, but the other two copies they had pretty much had the same things in general. So I'll live with this in general. But yeah, this is a Paramount Iconic Moments set, as you can see here. And if you look in the back here, it also is the Paramount Iconic Moments thing. And like I said, I have this particular set. It's actually over on the corner here. So I am going to get rid of this newer copy of it. And basically, I'm going to replace this with the one I have over there. So I'll get to that eventually. But those were my 3 pickups overall. And it was not as expensive as I thought it was. I mean, the most expensive one was the Ren and Stimpy set for $20. The other ones were $15. So it basically came down to about $50 overall, which wasn't that bad overall. Hold on a second, let me go ahead and move this side away so I can show you the last thing I picked up. The last thing I picked up was at the Walmart that we just went to, and I was looking for this at the one Walmart we went to by the Mills, and it wasn't over there, so I thought, okay, this is probably going to be one of those things where they're not going to have a CD available everywhere. You have to go out to, like, the deepest, darkest places, like Barnes & Noble or some obscure CD shop to find it. But then, lo and behold, when I walked into Walmart today, the second Walmart, all their movies are not even ready for this week's sales, but they did have the CD I was looking for. Bruno Mars' newest album, The Romantic, which I do love Bruno Mars' music. I am not a big modern music fan, really. I mean, when I really think about it, there's a lot of modern music that I'm not a big fan of. Like, I'll listen to a couple of good songs every once in a while, but yeah, I just can't really get into it overall. But nevertheless, this is an album I was really looking forward to. I already heard a couple of the songs on here. I Just Might, Risk It All. Really, really good songs on here. And so, yeah, I had to pick this up. So I'm definitely looking forward to listening to this. And yes, I am that one person that still buys CDs. Sue me. I mean, I'm trying to keep the industry going here, people. But so there you go. That is all my pickups from Walmart. That was my pickups from Target. And, yeah, that's going to wrap up this episode of Movie Stop. And next week will be the 400th episode of Movie Stop. What will I have planned for it? Honestly, I don't know. It could just be a regular episode. It could be something where maybe I'll do another DVD collection update by showing off my collection again. I haven't really decided yet, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my 400th episode next week. But, yeah, we'll get to that as we go along here. It might not even be next week, because I might use next Saturday for the Hoppers and the Bride review, because I'm going to go see those next week. And then also, I have to film the Reviewing Network Awards for the next week after that, the Saturday before the Oscars. So, yeah, it's going to be a very, very busy couple of weeks in general here. Mostly a couple of months, because not only we have all that, I got to do the Reviewing Network Live tonight. I got to record a time about the movies also. And then later on this month, I got to start preparing the Tomlin, the Standard and Standard documentary, which is going to start up on the Friday of the NFL draft in late April. So, yeah, busy times all across the board. It's going to be a very, very exciting March here for us here at the Reviewing Network. So with all that said, thank you so much for joining us here. If you want to see more of what we do here, please go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, notification button. It's all down there. I don't even know if I'm pointing in the right direction for it, but check out some of the previous episodes we've done, and I will see you guys down the road here, whether it's next week or the week before that. I'll see you guys next week. I'll see you guys next time. So until then, thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care.